Hey everybody, what's going on? Got the tractor out of the garage to do some cleaning, get some projects done in there. Notice it's at 31 hours. I thought it'd be a good time to give an overall review. Also talk about some of the issues that have been in other videos and things I like and things I don't like after I've been using it a little longer. So let's get started. I guess we'll start with things I don't like. First off, paint on the tractor sucks. It looks nice, but the quality is just not there. And I understand these are just mass produced, but this tractor has 31 hours on it. The paint's all coming off there. Paint's all coming off there. Floorboards, paint's all coming off. And the paint they use, I've found that they use on the main tractor is not the same paint they use on the loader. The loader, the bucket, the brush guard, it's almost like a thick powder coat is what I'm thinking it is. Because it like gouges before, I've got a gouge in the front of the bucket here on the top lip right here from something, and it's not even scratched all the way to the metal. It just looks darker, but that's like that's a thicker paint. You would think they'd put a heavier paint where on high use areas like the steps and the floorboards, but it is what it is. Other thing I didn't like is there's no protection to the front of the tractor. And I know a lot of these tractors don't come with anything like that. A buddy custom made that for me, and I appreciate that. Especially using a grapple, or as you can see, kind of in a wooded area like we are here. It's nice to have that extra protection. So, other thing that bothered me, if you watched my other video, I had an issue with the LA525 loader. Let's get up here. So loader arm hooks in to this upper support here. I don't know what they call it. You look on this side, this piece is straight. You come over here, right about here, this gets a really bad bend to it. And you can actually see from the side, I don't think you can see it on camera, but you can see where the metal is creased. Starting to crease, kind of a bend fold in the metal. So I know a lot of dealers get the tractors on skids, pallets, however they come, in those steel racks. The loaders come separate. My dealer told me that for the volume they sell, they pay Kubota. Kubota installs the loaders. They buy most of their tractors with loaders. So the tractors come assembled from the factory. I don't know how true that is. That's what I was told. So a couple people looked at that and said, hey, it looks like when they went to shove that upper arm pin through there, the holes didn't line up, and they just kept pushing until it lined up. But what it did is it bent this outside flange. I sent a picture to my dealer on Facebook Messenger. They said, hey, we don't need to see it in person. That's out of spec. We're going to order you a whole new upright. So customer service is good. But my thing is, it should have never left the factory like that. That's just me. These are expensive machines. I expected it to be perfect when I took delivery of it. That's been like that since the day I got it. I didn't think anything about it until I started watching some stuff on Facebook, and other guys were having similar issues, not really to that extent, but it bothered me, so there's a new one on order. The main issue with these tractors is guys will complain that the lift capacity is not enough. I agree and disagree. I think a lot of people have over expectations of what these are going to lift. Now, majority of what I've done with this bucket so far is dirt and stone. It will pick up a full bucket of 411 limestone, which limestone's pretty heavy. I think guys that think they're going to throw a 600-pound grapple on it, go out in the woods and pick up a 12-foot tree trunk, no, it's not going to do that. If that's what you needed, you should have bought a lot bigger tractor. So as long as you stay within expectations, it does its job, it does it well. And I'm very happy with that. I have the bucket, pallet forks, I have a grapple for the front end. And to be honest, I use the pallet forks the most. The grapple's kind of that thing where it's not on the tractor very often, but when it is, it's worth its weight in gold. So happy with that. What else here? When I got the tractor, I took the land plane over to the father-in-law's house. It was doing some stuff. And when I loaded on the tractor to come home, I smelled something a little funny. And I was like, maybe it's just burning in or whatever, So got it home, unloaded it, got it in the garage because it was dark out. Next day, popped the hood to check my oils, and the radiator reservoir was kind of low. So I did some checking, and guys are like on the forums, seems like a common problem where the radiator hose clamps aren't tight. So I think that's another thing. You know, it's just like, come on guys, for what these things cost, double check them. I've even read where some guys have to add 2 hose clamps because the ones from the factory were so loose. I called my dealer. I said, hey, I have like 5 hours, or no, that was like, I had less than 5 hours on the tractor at that time. Called them and told them I had lost a bunch of antifreeze. The reservoir was almost empty. They said, hey, we'll put you back a couple gallons next time you come up, grab them. So again, I'm pretty happy with my dealer. Another thing I've found, and this is obviously gonna go back to the dealer to have this on the other side, this whole support put on. The joystick valve, I just got such a loud rattle to it. I can't stand it. It wasn't like that at first. Like I said, this tractor has 31 hours on it right now. So I don't know if there's something in there. I pulled that boot off. I can't see anything that needs tightened up, but if that's how it is, then that's what it is. But it's pretty loud and annoying. And that's saying something because it's a hydrostatic, so you got to deal with that whine all the time. And I think that's kind of the only, all these issues aren't anything big except the loader, and they're going to make it right. One thing that's just kind of a little bugaboo, for what these tractors cost, throw me another $25 handle on this side. I just don't understand why they do it. Obviously the holes are here, so I'm going to get online, order one of those. It just makes sense. And then we fish a lot. There's companies out there that I could modify a cup holder or a phone holder or a little tray to clamp right on that, and it's out of the way. So that's kind of my thing. But yeah, I added the brush guard to it. The dealer added the Land Pride third function. I filled the rear tires. And so sometimes I think I should have upgraded to the 4701. As you can see here though, the property we have, I was worried about getting in and out. Places I wanted to be, there's a few trails here, you know, and then I'd have to buy bigger implements, and the implements would be bigger for the environment I wanted to use them in. So I went with the 3901. With that being said, I bought this 2-bottom plow at an auction. Took a flap disc to the mold boards, painted the colders, painted the plow, and I'm already making money putting gardens in for people. I bought this plow expecting to cut it off right here, because everyone's like, oh, 3901 will only pull a 1-bottom plow. Now as you can see, I got some pretty rocky, crappy soil here, and this was when I first bought it home and it wasn't adjusted, but pulls a 2-bottom fine. And kiddo was digging in there, flipping stuff back over, but it's happy. I did a garden for some people yesterday. They're extremely happy and couldn't believe how easy this tractor pulled a 2-bottom plow. For me, it's the perfect size. I bought the tractor based on size. It was kind of my limiting factor. I'm very happy with it. One thing, I don't know if it's out of the normal or not, is I did another video when this tractor did a regen at 14 hours. It's got 31 hours on it as of right now, and it did a regen at 30. So I'm, you know, every 14-15 hours I'm doing a regen. I don't know if that's normal. I don't bog this tractor down at all. It's always at 2,000 RPM or higher, because that's what the dealer told me to do. So that's what I do. I'm not putting it around. When it's working, it's working. So I don't know why it's going through so many regens. But that's kind of my big issues. The only other plans I have for it is I'm going to get online, probably Messick's. I'm going to order another one of those hand guards to put on the other side. The same buddy that welded up the brush guard for me, he has a 2501 he bought shortly after I bought this. We're going to rip the step, the floorboards off, the center pan, and we have those truck bed Line-X, Rhino liner, I don't know, whatever we can do. One more little issue. The ROPS was up when I bought the tractor, obviously. To get it in my garage, I have to put the ROPS down. When I'm working it, I put the ROPS up. The only issue when the ROPS is up is that bolt on that side will not line up no matter how I stand on the seat, no matter how I push it, bend it. I've even held it up and had someone else try and screw it in. It does not happen. I've read where some guys are like, yeah, we have that problem too. We just take a 5/8 drill bit, go through the other side, bore the threads out, and then you can just slide the pin in and out. Yeah, that'd probably work, but being as this is going back to the dealer for the loader, they're gonna fix that. Because I'm sure if you take a drill bit to the threads, it's gonna void the warranty on the ROPS, and I'm not doing that. So very happy with this tractor. It's amazing with the grapple. Like I said, the power's there. Drop it in 4-wheel drive low. I have no problem pulling this disc or this plow. The real test is I have an 8-foot disc that runs off of rear hydraulics, has transport wheels, the whole shebang. I'm gonna see if this will go, if this will pull it. But as you can see here, we're still a little muddy on our property. Where I put the garden in yesterday, that was real nice, just clean soil. But that's the only other complaint I have, or issues, is just that's the tractor. Overall, I'm glad I bought it. It is a big purchase. Sometimes I still wonder if I should have upgraded to the 3701, but then this thing surprises me and I'm like, no, I'm happy with this. So I think that's a common thing though. Every time you buy a tractor, a piece of equipment, you wish you would have went one size bigger. But I kind of bought the 39 horsepower motor hoping that I wouldn't have these issues with the whole buyer's remorse, but I'm happy with it. My dad's really impressed with it. All his experience has been with bigger farm tractors, bigger front end loaders, and this thing does stuff that he thought it would never do. So other than that, I'm happy with it. I want to get that loader issue figured out and see what they do about the ROPS. But 31-hour overview, review, I'm happy with it. And just understand that, guys, it doesn't matter what you buy, there's going to be issues with it. My uncle went out and bought like a $100,000 custom built toy hauler for his motorcycles, didn't even get it home and had issues with it. People buy brand new vehicles, have issues with them. And I'm on all the tractor forums just because I like tractors, especially the Facebook pages. I don't think it matters what color your tractor is. Everyone else, if you can get past that, everyone else has kind of the same common ideas. And you learn a lot from these different Facebook groups. So I encourage you, it doesn't matter if you own a TYM, a Massey, the Kubota, John Deere, get on all their Facebook pages and you'll learn a lot of stuff. But yep, so probably rambled a little bit, some things I'm frustrated with, but overall I'm happy with this tractor, and I'll keep you updated on the issue with the ROPS, if they can quiet down that loader valve, and what they're going to do about this front thing. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, be happy.